Why are there less plants that bloom through the winter? Well, winter can be a very harsh time for your plants. There's less sunlight hours, so there's less opportunity to create energy. Blooming is part of a plant's reproductive cycle. And because a lot of the pollinators are hibernating over the winter, they'd be putting on a show to an empty audience. But no matter what climate zone you live in, I guarantee you, there's a plant that'll bloom through your winter.
Trees make a great feature in any garden, but it can be a problem if you're trying to grow grass or turf right up under the tree. Now, in this case, this is a liquid amber and its branches are really fine because with the branches so high, is letting that northern sun come in, and so the grass is growing very well. The other thing is competition. The roots of any big tree will compete for moisture and nutrients, so you have to watch out for that. In this case, buffalo's doing very well under the liquid amber. And I think buffalo versus liquid amber, it's a pretty fair fight. But don't forget, you can also go and look out for some shade-tolerant grasses as well.
Winter has finally begun, but in cool temperate gardens, resist the urge to prune deciduous fruit trees until the end of this month to ensure that they're well and truly into winter dormancy. If your garden is lacking some cool colour and fragrance, pop in some stock. This annual is perfect for pots and bedding and has the most delicious spice-scented flowers. Fruit trees in a small space? No dramas. Look for bare-rooted miniature or multi-grafted stone and pome fruits at your local nursery now. Perfect plants for small spots or large pots. In warm temperate gardens, it's the perfect weekend to check your tree ties. Replace broken or frayed ties, loosen any that are too tight around trunks, and take off forgotten plant tags. Keep a lookout for the native cotton bush, Ridium scortecnii, a stunning shrub that puts on a glorious winter display of rusty coloured flower buds followed by white flowers. Amazing azaleas and ravishing rhododendrons are hitting their peak flowering period now. But if your plants are all bud and no bloom, feed them with fertiliser appropriate for acid-loving plants. Subtropical gardeners, if rain has left your soil sopping wet, let it drain before digging. Working damp soil leads to a loss of soil structure, so wait a while before hoeing in. For a very tasty, very vigorous vine, give kiwi fruits a crack at your place. Deciduous and delicious, make sure you grab at least one male plant for every few females for fine fruiting. Brew up a batch of winter weed tea. Whack weeds into a cloth bag, submerge in a bucket of water for a week or two, dilute the liquid down, and you've got yourself a great fertiliser. Gardeners in the tropics have a go at tomatoes over winter. Hunt down some of the tropic or Russian varieties which are proven performers in humid areas of the country. Fuchsias flower on new growth, so to promote blooms and bushiness, pinch prune the growing tips this weekend and give them a hard prune at the end of winter. Grevilleas give gorgeous winter colour to almost any garden, and their beautiful blooms will attract birds and beneficials to your place. Grab one or two from your local native nursery. Arid gardeners, as the weather cools, many of us slow down a bit, including worms. Ensure worm farms are not being overfilled with food, as the worms have a winter rest. Cape gooseberries are ready to harvest now, and the fruits can be eaten fresh, turned into a preserve, or even dried. Make sure you get to yours before the birds do. To extend your potted basil harvest, move them to a sunny spot for the winter so they're sheltered from frost. And hey pesto, you'll be enjoying basil for months to come.